I am Bryce Newberger, and this is the Kinship Chronicles, Children of the Phoenix, Chapter 20. The morning began to break on the horizon, and dew began to mist over the blades of grass, causing a cold, wet chill to take hold of Eldrich. He had been sprawled unconscious upon the forest floor for a length of time that was uncertain. He made a move to get up, but found he could not. His limbs were filled with lead, and his body was magnetized to the ground. He tried to yell for help, but his mouth was filled with cactus needles, and his breath was made of stale heat that burned his throat. As he lapsed in and out of consciousness, he grew more and more aware of the sticky puddle he was lying in. It was his blood. He awoke again to find he was weightless and floating through the forest as the canopy above scrawled past him. He blacked out once more. His numb body didn't feel the strong yet slender arms carrying him to his salvation. The horse had trotted through the night as warm arms held Amora tight. Hair brushed against her frozen face, but she didn't feel how soft it was, and her stuffed nose couldn't take in its fragrance. The queen took her farther and farther away from her home. Amora strained her head to see behind her through the long cloak that kept her protected. Queen Santuoso leaned in so that the girl was forced to look ahead. Then she whispered back, "Don't worry, little one. I'll make sure you're safe from now on." Amora breathed in an audible noise. It was her final farewell to her childhood. The stranger continued to carry Cal down the long underground corridor. He kicked and screamed and begged him to take him to his family, but the man just continued to carry the boy. Finally, after his voice was hoarse, Cal was consigned to silence. The continued bobbing of the travel finally lulled Cal to sleep, until he was rudely awakened by being tossed to the floor. "Hey!" Cal exclaimed out in protest. "Time for you to walk," Dazon instructed. Cal looked up at him with a mix of uncertainty and displeasure. "Where am I going?" "That's the question life asks you," said the dark magician. "The answer comes from you." Confused at the proverbial response, Cal just stared at the dark, uncertain path before him. "Hey." Dazon reached down and pulled the boy to his feet. "Time to walk." End Act 1. From the Stars, Fall. Thank you for listening. I'm Bryce Newberger, and this has been the Kinship Chronicles, Children of the Phoenix. If you enjoyed what you heard and you'd like to purchase the full book, then either look up New Books on the Google Play bookstore, NEU Books, or simply click the link in the description. The book is only $5, and I appreciate your support.